Hi everyone, my name is João Leite and welcome back to another Data in the Wild episode hosted by Data Meaning. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel below and click the bell to turn on notifications to be the first to know every time we upload a new video. Welcome to the third and final part of the Regex tool series in Alteryx Designer. Today we are going to see an example of use in financial data by extracting information from a trial balance. In this example here, I have a trial balance with some headers and also the content, which has an account number, an account title, the previous balance, the debit, the credit, and the current balance. The previous and current balances have a letter right next to them to say if it's a debit or a credit, or positive and negative. I also have some extra information in some account numbers. And inside my account title, sometimes I also have some numbers mixed in. I can't use a Regex replace like I have shown you in the last video because the space bars doesn't always match when I try to break it down into columns. So this is not the optimal way of using this. It can be done, but it's quite cumbersome to check every single scenario that you can find here. So how would we break down this information here? First of all, we have to get rid of everything that is not account related. So everything that is not a number or an account number or something like that. So I just use this text filter here and get rid of everything else I don't want. Now for the rejects. This one is quite big, so let's go it step by step. In this method I'm using, the parse method, I have defined all of my 7 groups. So my first group is my account number, my sub-account for the ones that exist inside my file. Then I have my account name, which can be a combination of letters, symbols, commas, dashes, parentheses, and many other things. My previous balance, which are a combination of digits, commas, and periods, and also the D or C for debits and credits. My debit and credit numbers are only numbers, so they are easier to do, and then my current balance is the same as my previous balance. How did I wrote everything down? I used the website I shown in the last videos. So inside the website, I came here on Alteryx, I copied some of the lines, just randomly picked some, and then pasted them inside here. So let's erase this for now. Oh, best. Let's erase the first part for now. So you can see here that the first part, you only get me the start of the text. If I find any other things here for now, it doesn't matter. I'm focusing on just trying to find the start of the text. I can come here to replace, or even better, I can come here to list to check everything that my Regex is finding inside those texts. If I go back here and bringing down every other information, I will erase the second group. So now I have digits as my account, then I have a 5-digit token, a dash, and just a single digit. And this can or cannot exist. So in this example here, I have this pattern or this group inside those 3 lines, but in the first line and last line, it doesn't exist. Now, back to everything. Let's erase this part right here. And this is a bit important, and it's pretty big. What's happening here? I'm trying to get everything that has letters. Now, I could be using just uppercase letters here and activating case insensitive as I'm using, but I like to use this pattern just to make sure nothing else goes wrong. Then I'm trying to find digits because sometimes I have digits in my account title, I have space bars between my account title, and in some cases I have slashes, dashes, periods, parentheses, and some other info here. So I have to make sure I'm covering everything up. Then this can be a combination of one or more, so every title has at least one word or one symbol, and the only way of knowing when it ends is that I'll have more than 2 spacebars. So every time my title ends, I have many spacebars before I reach the first number here. If inside my database I have just one spacebar before a number, this wouldn't work, so I have to make sure that everything is correctly working with 2 spacebars or more. If there are only a few cases, I can just manually change them and then run again. If there are a lot of cases, I have to study how can I divide the account title and the next number that will be shown. Now for the numbers. Let me erase this last bit. So for the first and last numbers, I have digits, periods and commas, one or more, then a spacebar, then the letters D or C, 0 or 1, because sometimes if my balance is 0, I don't have this letter here. Then I have a spacebar or more. I need to make sure that after those letters, I'll have one or more spacebars. If for some reason here this is stitched together, it wouldn't work. So I have to make sure my file is in this pattern. Now for the next 2 digits, it's the same thing, so I'll just erase the last part here. It's just the start of this. So if you check here, I have just the start, so digits, periods and commas, one or more, and then a spacebar dividing one number from the other. There's no big secret here. And in the last part, I just copied and pasted the previous balance in the current balance. So after I did all of those groups, so we can check here that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 groups. I just copy this information, come back here and paste them inside my Alteryx. If I run the workflow here, this is not everything that needs to be done inside this workflow. I still need to remove null values in case I have some. Then I have to cleanse the data because of trailing spaces. And because of this trial balance, the number format here has a period followed by a slash or a comma. And Alteryx number format has a period in the decimal place, not here. So I have to make sure I'm replacing this information. So I'm erasing every period and I'm replacing commas with periods. Then I'm removing the G and C notations from the previous and current balance. What I'm doing here is that if the letter is D, I'll just have the previous balance. If the letter is not D, if the letter is C, I want to add a dash before it, so it's a negative number when I format to a double. If I come here in the select, I'll just change everything to a double, and it's already formatted, so it can accept negative and positive numbers, and finally I can check the results. Here I can make sure that everything's correct, and then I can export this to an Excel file or just continue calculating here, summarizing the numbers, doing some formulas to check if everything's correct, and so on. So that was it for Regex in Alteryx Designer. Thanks for viewing and have a great day. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to know when future videos are posted. Thank you for watching.